The Magician. But when Zarathustra came round a rock, he beheld, not far below on the same path, a man who threw his limbs around like a maniac, and finally flopped down on his belly. "Wait," said Zarathustra to his heart. "That must indeed be the higher man. From him came that terrible cry of distress. Let me see if he can still be helped." But when he ran to the spot where the man lay on the ground, he found a trembling old man with vacant eyes. And however Zarathustra exerted himself to help the man get up on his feet again, it was all in vain. Nor did the unfortunate man seem to notice that anybody was with him. Rather, he kept looking around with piteous gestures, like one abandoned and forsaken by all the world. At last, however, after many shudders, convulsions, and contortions, he began to moan thus: "Who warms me? Who loves me still? Give hot hands, give a heart as glowing coals, stretched out, shuddering, like something half dead whose feet one warms, shaken, alas, by unknown fevers, shivering with piercing, icy frost arrows. Haunted by thee, O thought, unnameable, shrouded, terrible one. Thou hunter behind clouds, struck down by the lightning bolt. Thou mocking eye that stares at me from the dark. Thus I lie, writhing, twisted, tormented, with all eternal tortures, hit by thee, cruelest hunter, thou unknown god. Hit deeper, hit once more. Drive a stake through and break this heart. Why this torture with blunted tooth arrows? Why dost thou stare again? Why dost thou stare again? Not weary of human agony, with God's lightning eyes that delight in suffering. Thou wouldst not kill, only torture. Torture? Why torture me, delighted by suffering, thou unknown God? Ha! Ha! Thou art crawling close. In such midnight, what dost thou want? Speak. Thou art crowding, pressing me. Ah! Far too close. Away. Away. Thou art listening to me breathe. Thou art listening to my heart. Thou jealous one. Jealous of what? Away. Away. Why the ladder? Wouldst thou enter the heart? Climb in, deep into my most secret thoughts? Shameless one, unknown thief. What wouldst thou steal? What wouldst thou gain by listening? What wouldst thou gain by torture? Thou torturer, thou hangman god, or should I, dog-like, roll before thee, devotedly, frantic, beside myself, wag love to thee? In vain, pierce on, cruelest thorn. No, no dog, only thy game am I, cruelest hunter. Thou proudest prisoner, thou robber behind clouds, speak at last. What wouldst thou, waylayer, from me? Thou lightning-shrouded one, unknown one, speak. What wilt thou, unknown god? What? Ransom? Why wilt thou ransom? Demand much? Thus my pride advises, and make thy speech short, that my other pride advises. Ha! Ha! Me thou wilt have? Me? Me entirely? Ha ha! Thou and art torturing me, fool that thou art, torturing my pride. Give love to me. Who warms me still? Who loves me still? Give hot hands, give a heart as glowing coals. Give me the loneliest, whom ice, alas, sevenfold ice, teaches to languish for enemies, even for enemies. Yes, give wholly, cruelest enemy, give me thyself. Away! He himself fled, my last, only companion, my great enemy, my unknown, my hangman god. No, do come back, with all thy tortures, to the last of all that are lonely. Oh, come back. All my tear streams run their course to thee, and my heart's final flame flares up for thee. Oh, come back, my unknown god, my pain, my last happiness. At this point, however, Zarathustra could not restrain himself any longer, raised his stick, and started to beat the moaning man with all of his might. "Stop it!" he shouted at him furiously. "Stop it, you actor, you counterfeiter, you liar from the bottom. I recognize you well. I'll warm your legs for you, you wicked magician. I know well how to make things hot for such as you." "Leave off," the old man said, and leaped up from the ground. "Don't strike any more, Zarathustra. I did all this only as a game. Such things belong to my art. It was you that I wanted to try when I treated you to this tryout, and verily, you have seen through me quite well. But you too have given me no small sample of yourself to try out. You are hard, wise Zarathustra. Hard do you hit with your truths. Your stick forces this truth out of me. Don't flatter, replied Zarathustra, still excited and angry. You actor from the bottom. You are false. Why do you talk of truth, you peacock of peacocks? You sea of vanity, what were you playing before me, you wicked magician? In whom was I to believe when you were moaning in this way? The ascetic of the spirit, said the old man. I played him. You yourself once coined this word. The poet and magician who at last turns his spirit against himself. The changed man who freezes to death from his evil science and conscience. And you may well confess it. It took a long time, O Zarathustra, before you saw through my art and lie. You believed my distress when you held my head with both your hands. I heard you moan. He has been loved too little, loved too little. That I deceived you to that extent made my malice jubilate inside of me. You may have deceived people subtler than I. Zarathustra said harshly. I do not guard against deceivers. I have to be without caution, thus my lot wants it. You, however, have to deceive. That far I know you. You always have to be equivocal, quinquivocal, and what you have now confessed. That too was not nearly true enough or false enough to suit me, you wicked counterfeiter. How could you do likewise? You would rouge even your disease when you showed yourself naked to your doctor, in the same way that you have just now rouged your lie when you said to me, I did all this only as a game. There was seriousness in it, too. You are something of an ascetic of the spirit. I solved your riddle. Your magic has enchanted everybody, but no lie or cunning is left to you to use against yourself. You are disenchanted for yourself. You have harvested nausea as your one truth. Not a word of yours is genuine anymore, except your mouth, namely the nausea that sticks to your mouth. Who are you? Cried the magician at this point, his voice defiant. Who may speak thus to me? The greatest man alive today. And a green lightning bolt flashed from his eye toward Zarathustra. But immediately afterward he changed and said sadly, O Zarathustra, I am weary of it. My art nauseates me. I am not great. Why do I dissemble? But you know it too. I sought greatness. I wanted to represent a great human being, and I persuaded many. But this lie went beyond my own strength. It is breaking me. Oh, Zarathustra, everything about me is a lie, but that I am breaking, this, my breaking, is genuine. It does you credit, said Zarathustra gloomily, looking aside to the ground. It does you credit that you sought greatness, but it also betrays you. You are not great, you wicked old magician. This is what's best and most honest about you, and this I honor. That you wearied of yourself and said it outright. I am not great. In this I honor you as an ascetic of the spirit, and even if it was only a wink and a twinkling, in this one moment you were genuine. But speak, what are you seeking here in my woods and rocks, and lying down on my path? How did you want to try me? In what way were you seeking to test me? Thus spoke Zarathustra, and his eyes flashed. The old magician remained silent for a while, then said, Did I seek to test you? I merely seek. O Zarathustra, I seek one who is genuine, right, simple, unequivocal, a man of all honesty, a vessel of wisdom, a saint of knowledge, a great human being. Do you not know it, Zarathustra? I seek Zarathustra. And at this point there began a long silence between the two. But Zarathustra became deeply absorbed and closed his eyes. Then, however, returning to his partner in the conversation, he seized the hand of the magician and said, full of kindness and cunning, Well, up there goes the path to Zarathustra's cave. There you may seek him whom you would find and ask my animals for advice. My eagle and my serpent, they shall help you seek. But my cave is large. I myself, to be sure, have not yet seen a great human being. For what is great? Even the eyes of the subtlest today are too coarse. It is the realm of the mob. Many I have seen swollen and straining, and the people cried, "Behold, a great man!" But what good are all bellows? In the end, the wind comes out. In the end, a frog which has puffed itself up too long will burst. The wind comes out. To stab a swollen man in the belly, I call that a fine pastime. Hear it well, little boys. Today belongs to the mob. Who could still know what is great and what is small? Who could still successfully seek greatness? Only a fool. Fools succeed. You seek great human beings, you queer fool. Who taught you that? Is today the time for that? Oh, you wicked seeker, why did you seek to test me? Thus spoke Zarathustra, his heart comforted, and he continued on his way, laughing